Hello, everybody. There's a lot of commotion over my Joe Biden post today, USA and Memorial Day. And it was a terrific presentation by President Joe Biden. The words he articulates there, he goes through monarchs, autocracy, everything I'm challenging in Canada is covered by President Joe Biden today. They're waking up. I've talked to both the former Trump administration. Kelly Craft's a good friend of mine. A lot of people ranting off like literal lunatics all over my posts. And they say, oh, we're unfriending, unfollowing you. Newsflash, if you really knew anything about me or actually the work I'm doing or where I've been in the world, meaning you put any kind of time into getting to know what I'm all about, you'd know that this has gone up and down for me lots. So it's okay. There's always going to be people who don't really pay attention to the world as it really is, their absence of reality. And that's a person's choice. You can follow fiction, fantasy. I don't begrudge any of you. Go ahead if you want to leave, unfollow, go ahead. But you're not going to have anyone real. I repeat, anyone real on the world stage. Kelly Knight Craft was the UNSC USA P5 rep for Donald Trump. She's a friend of mine. She's on my Facebook. She's on my Twitter. She follows me. There's many more than just her. Experts, world experts, best of the best. I'm fortunate I got senators, one of which is a Democrat, heavy into USMCA, which I was tremendously heavy in as well too. I was okay with how that went. We got a bunch of key sections there that upgraded NAFTA, made Mexico break to us. Canada won some tremendous things for the people of Canada there. I'm happy with it. That's because of Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. He did something smart, ingenious, that no president's done before. Senator Wyden from the Democrats worked with him on it. Now he's in the Biden administration. He's way up there. I'm very, very fortunate. That's through hard work, determination, writing, reading. Now, people can be angry. I was a huge Trump supporter all the way through those last key months when his administration weaned off him post-election when he lost. Whether we all like that or not, I wasn't happy either. Maybe a lot of you who don't really know me, maybe you should go back through my Facebook and check out these key dates, because I'm a real one every day of my life. I take things as they are, as the world is. If USA, all of you running down President Biden, saying, oh, to hell with the Democrats, to hell with the USA, everything else, I can tell you, Canada is 10 times more autocratic than USA ever could be constitutionally, regardless of whoever you elect. Canadians don't even understand really what I'm doing here or trying to bring about. Rules of governance and how to govern, because there are none. There are none in Canada. And a lot of you point the finger at everywhere else. Joe Biden or anybody else, they may fluff pillow talk when they're elected. The reality is in America, in the United States of America, when you get elected, you find out you have a tremendous amount of checks and balances. You have demographics from both parties. Did you guys all even know that? Most of you, no way. 99% of you, no way. There's a 1%, maybe even less, that actually looks into these things. I'm one of those. I'm not saying I'm smarter, better than anybody. I just work tremendously hard to find out how things really run. I like to know how things work before I shoot my mouth off. And I can tell you, in the United States, their version of Governor General, in the state side of it, they have 4 Democrats, 4 Republicans nominated to watch everything they do. So no matter which party gets elected, it's a 50-50 split vote, regardless of the numbers. Same with the version of Lieutenant Governor, totally different than ours, completely different. President has a set of executive powers, some of which aren't going to make everybody happy, obviously not, but it's called America First. It's in their Constitution. Real America First. where it's for all the people of America. A president to use his executive powers has to prove and provide that he's put America first. A narrative he puts forward, regardless of how Canada likes things. Even if I love pipelines, I'm from Alberta. I'm an oil field guy. I worked in coal plants most of my life. I made a tremendous amount of money for a lot of years of my life. Never had to leave anywhere, never had to travel, never had to go anywhere else. I was happy, content where I was. That's all over for me. That's all over for me. Democrat, Republican alike, they've made a shift. Now Canada follows suit, gives it up. That's on your Canadian politicians. We trade tremendously with the United States. We can't just sit here and go, oh, a different president I don't like since, so I'm just going to shut down, I'm going to stamp my feet, and I'm going to ignore all of that world for the next 4 years. That's called loser. And anyone who doesn't work, regardless with whoever's on that stage, all across the world, you can kiss your lifestyle and everything you have goodbye. That's reality. The second you shun the United States of America, you're finished. You're finished. You can pack up your politics bag and you can go bye-bye. And that's okay. People want to do that. That's your right, but that's not how I can be, and I can't lie to any of you. I can't. I will work with whoever's out there, wherever they are, whoever's running whichever countries, especially when they have tremendous authority over the autocratic system I'm stuck in right here in Canada, okay? I do this for all of you. Regardless of how I feel about Joe Biden's politics, he's the President of the United States. I am tremendously lucky to even have any kind of say whatsoever with his top experts in the world, which I am. I am absolutely working on Linda Thomas Greenfield. If I do not, I'm doing a tremendous disservice to every founding member of this party and all Canadians. I know a lot of you don't know the whole full story, not even close, not even a whole lot of it. I know you follow tons and tons of malicious propaganda from both right and left narratives to absolutely put you on your ass. That's the truth. Now, I could sugarcoat it. I could tell everybody, oh, when I don't like and comment on comments, when I ignore the comment, it's my way of telling you, sorry, that's radical, fantastic, not down with it. You're welcome to post or whatever. I don't delete your comments, but I'm not down with it. It doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form, or this political party, or getting to where we need to go with all Canadians. Because a lot of the radicalism, people are turned off. The mainstream just turns right off. And when you're trying to give absolute truths, and then you have other people dropping shit bombs, I call them, which is a lot of that QAnon crap, and I hate it. Look at my Facebook. I've myth-busted all of it. It's just as bad as the radical left. Radical left, radical right, newsflash, everybody. You're working for the same set of global foreign interests. Sorry to be the burster of the bubble here, but they are tripping you up to destroy your country and continue the great divide, and that's what happens. Most of what everybody shares with me, these long-winded videos by people from other countries, is all absolute crap. That's the reality. I mean, I still like it. I do find tremendous posts here and there, but a lot of it is regurgitation of foreign influence to absolutely put all Canadians right on their ass. That's what it's for. That's what it does. It serves very well. Keeps your autocrats fully in charge and you completely ignorant. People talk about joining the USA. The USA will never take any province or territory in Canada into the USA Union, even if you wanted that. This is maybe for 51st staters, because you have to have a constitution anyway. You have to have a soul of a nation. If you all would have listened to Joe Biden's speech, it goes into a lot of what I've been posting, working with Canada. They're listening. That was the point of the post. And I am tremendously grateful for that. I'm relieved. He wants to talk God. He wants to talk the supremacy of God, champion that out. I'm not going to begrudge him, and I wouldn't begrudge that speech. I'm pleased for all those who watched it, took my advice and watched it. All of you smart enough to watch that video and listen to Joe Biden, President Joe Biden. What do you think of that? Pretty awesome, right? We can't look at the USA as anything but a good ally, but also our number one customer. That's the reality, Canadians. Regardless of who's elected, you have no right to spit and piss all over your number one trading partner and best customer. Because I promise you, if USA disappeared tomorrow, we're a third world country worse. Worse because of our harsh climate winters. I don't like the narrative of environmentalism. Without a real nuclear program, and I'm in the trades, I'm in the industry, I'm into energy, I've worked in energy my entire life. And my life's been destroyed. And in the last 7 years, it's literally been destroyed. I'm out east here. I'm fighting for Canadians, wherever that takes me, whomever I have to deal with, to try and show you the light that it's your politicians. Stop with all the radical. And if those who can't, who are just destined to follow radical, and you just love it so much and you need to post, go post in your own world. It's okay. Unfriend me, unfollow me, do your thing. I don't care, honestly, because I don't want to support it anyway. I just stick to truth and reality as it really is. If that's not for you and you like fantasy and fiction, you like to be oppressed, which a lot of people do. They like that. They like to be a victim. There's a lot of people like that. Canada's very institutionalized. The Canadian people are nothing like Americans. I'm sorry. They're nothing like Russians either. Nothing even remotely close. Russia, USA, do they have problems? Do those people have their problems? Sure. Nothing's perfect. I don't like the one-party system in Russia. I don't. But you know what? I like their constitutionalism. I like their regional constitutional powers, and at least they have civil rights enshrined. Canada doesn't even have civil rights. You have politicians who assign those. And you're all going, oh, this guy, that guy. Joe Biden, in all his rhetoric, can't enforce half the things he wanted to do. He will not be able to do. Just as Trump, he found creative ways. I really like that about Trump. But he had a great administration. And you know what? Joe Biden does too. Regardless of Joe Biden's life, who he is, just like me, you shouldn't be focusing on who I am. I mean, there's important aspects of that. I like to give the truth. That's important. But it's not how I live my life, where I am in life. It's what I'm bringing for all of you. And if that isn't important to you all, if you don't see how important that is to end the autocracy of Canada, end the monarchy system that has plagued us. We're 1/5 of a nation for the people. That's it. And you, the people, we, the people, aren't even listed in our Constitution. We're not there. Many nations are. USA went through that today. Joe Biden goes through that today. All the countries USA's freed and provided liberty. And you all should look at how many imposed constitutions since World War II. Those asking me about King George VI. Can't find anything. Start with Governor Generals of UK over Canada and all Lieutenant Governors from UK over Canada. Clear history there. Look up King George VI, the work he did. He ended it all. Ended all crown power. We just didn't get constitutional amendments. So UK, absolutely gone by King George VI. Ended it all. Why did he do that? How come they had to do that? How come Elizabeth doesn't have the power anymore? How come Elizabeth only did 2 presentations to the lowest tier in the UN, the General Assembly? Why did she only do 2 presentations over her entire lifetime? Because that is all she's allowed. If you would have listened to Joe Biden today, like I told you all would have got to hear and understand exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. That's over. Her monarchy reign, her power in the world is over. It's been over since her father. UK agreed to it. France agreed to it. Or they wouldn't be UNSC. They gave up colonialism. Everybody in the world agreed to give up colonialism. We're going to go through the UN Charter 1945. I don't care what radicals get on or, why are you talking? You guys should be proud that I'm at that level of talking to a foreign power, never mind the United States of America, that a piece of me is out there with the President of the USA, a good piece of me. And if anyone watched the video today, that's there. They're hearing it. The administration is talking about it. Whether Joe Biden knows who I am or not, his administration does, and that's very clear. That's very clear for anyone who would even bother to take a few minutes of your precious time to watch the video as I asked, instead of running me down. And you know what? Those who run me down, go radical and keep posting the crazy, go ahead, unfriend, unfollow me, because it's probably a service. Really, it probably is, and it can make room for more better suited people for what we're trying to do here. That is a tremendously difficult task, tremendously difficult. And if you're of weak moral character and you're unable to read and see things as they are, maybe this isn't for you, and that's okay. I've gone through it many, many times. I'm not a populist. I'm a realist, and I'm honest, straightforward, a real Canadian, a real patriot who does what needs to be done for all of you. That's what I do. And that's okay if people want to judge and say whatever and want to take that somehow they're holier than thou, especially on the religious, which is super offensive. Super offensive. And I can promise you the United States of America has a heck of a lot more in Jesus Christ than Canadians ever will have, because it's enshrined in their Constitution. Supremacy of God is there, and Jesus is there, absolutely, Democrat, Republican alike. So it's very, very seriously offensive when a Canadian mouths off that somehow they know better, when they don't even have a soul in this nation. You don't. You don't really have a soul. And Joe Biden goes into that, as every American expert, Republican, Democrat alike, will tell you the same thing. And it's beautiful, beautiful to hear a president of the United States speak like that, and speak it today. That was powerful. That was impressive. And that touched me in a large way, that it's not all in vain. So it's okay. Those who want to leave, you want to unfriend, unfollow, go ahead. Go back to the autocracy. Go to your godless life and your soulless nation. That's where you're going, and that's why you get so much propaganda, so much false narrative. Because maybe deep down you like it that way. You like it, and you want that. I don't know. There's people out there who just, they're so institutionalized, they want to be a forever victim. That's not me, and that's not the Canada I'm going to bring for all Canadians, in real, legal, honest truth, and in great works the world can appreciate. That's what I'm doing for all of Canada, and I will continue. And Joe Biden only strengthened my resolve today. It was such a beautiful presentation. I was really touched, and I'm not ashamed of that. Thanks all. Have a great day, and share if you like. If you don't and you can't take it, it's okay. Unfollow me, unfriend me. I've gone through this many, many times. I've been hammered harder than most people can realize. Those loyalists to me, longest running, know I've taken my beating from the Republicans, Democrats alike, tremendously large. I've taken it from conservatives, liberals, NDP, Green, you name it. I've taken such a powerful beating from every single one of them. And you know what? They all eventually come back, or most come back. People realize, they learn, and if it's not today, you will learn. You will learn. And you know what? I'm a big enough guy. I forgive you all as I forgive all those before and took them back. And I slowly grow. You know, I'm not tremendous. I'm never going to be a populist, but that's okay. I'm real, I'm honest, and I give it to you straight. God bless everybody. Have a great day. Bye now.